Urban legends, whispers passed from one generation to another, often told to scare, warn, or mystify. Today we're delving into some of the most popular urban legends that got movies made about them. Our first legend is one you've probably heard whispered around campfires, a tale that sends shivers down your spine and makes you glance over your shoulder, your heart pounding with a mixture of fear and morbid curiosity. It's called The Hook. This story has been passed down through generations, each retelling adding a new layer of suspense and terror. The story goes like this. A young couple is parked at a lover's lane, lost in their own world, enjoying a quiet, romantic evening. The night is still, and the only sounds are the whispers of the wind and the distant chirping of crickets. Suddenly, the music is interrupted by a news bulletin, warning about an escaped criminal with a hook for a hand. The announcer's voice is grave, urging everyone to stay indoors and be vigilant. Spooked, the couple decides to leave. The atmosphere in the car shifts from romantic to tense as they quickly start the engine and drive away, their eyes darting nervously to the shadows around them. As they drive off, they hear a scraping sound. It's faint at first, but it grows louder, sending chills down their spines. They try to convince themselves it's just their imagination, but the sound persists. When they arrive home, the boyfriend finds a hook dangling from the door handle. The sight of the hook confirms their worst fears, and they realize how close they came to a deadly encounter. The 1973 slasher film, I Know What You Did Last Summer, draws heavily from this legend, capturing the essence of the fear and suspense that the story evokes. Using the hook as a symbol of the killer's relentless pursuit, the hook has since become an iconic element in horror, representing the unseen dangers that lurk in the dark, waiting to strike when least expected. Next, we have the chilling legend of Bloody Mary, the ghostly figure said to appear when summoned by name. In this legend, you stand in front of a mirror, the only light coming from a flickering candle. You chant her name 3 times, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, and then you wait. The mirror clouds over, and in its reflection you see her, Bloody Mary. The 1992 horror film Candyman explores similar themes of summoning a vengeful spirit through a ritualistic chant. The mirror becomes a portal to terror, reminding us that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create ourselves. The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs is an urban legend that has haunted people for decades. This chilling tale has been passed down through generations, each retelling adding a new layer of fear and suspense. The tale revolves around a young babysitter alone in a strange house, entrusted with the care of sleeping children. The house, often described as old and creaky, adds to the eerie atmosphere, making every sound and shadow seem more sinister. As the night deepens, she starts receiving strange phone calls. The phone rings unexpectedly, breaking the silence and sending chills down her spine. Each call is more unsettling than the last, filled with heavy breathing and ominous silence. The voice on the other end asks, "Have you checked the children?" The question is simple, yet it carries a terrifying implication, making her heart race and her mind fill with dread. The calls become more frequent and menacing. Each ring of the phone feels like a countdown to something horrific. The babysitter's fear grows with each call, her sense of safety eroding away. After several threatening calls, the babysitter contacts the police. Desperation and fear drive her to seek help, hoping that the authorities can put an end to the nightmare. The police trace the call and discover it's coming from inside the house. This revelation is the climax of the story, a horrifying twist that leaves the babysitter and the audience in shock. The 1979 horror film When a Stranger Calls brought this urban legend to life, its chilling phone calls becoming synonymous with the genre. The film's portrayal of the babysitter's terror and the sinister caller has cemented this story as a staple in horror culture, reminding us of the primal fear of the unknown lurking within our own homes. Chapter 4. Slender Man. Unlike most urban legends, Slender Man was born in the digital age, a creature birthed from the darkest corners of the internet. This eerie figure emerged not from whispered tales around a campfire, but from the glowing screens of our computers and smartphones. Created in 2009 as part of a forum contest on the website Something Awful, Slender Man quickly transcended his humble beginnings. What started as a simple image manipulation contest entry soon spiraled into a full-blown internet phenomenon, captivating the imaginations of millions. He is depicted as a tall, unnervingly thin figure with a blank face, often seen wearing a black suit. His faceless visage and elongated limbs make him a haunting presence, lurking in the shadows of our collective fears. The 2018 film Slender Man explores the dangers of internet obsession and the consequences of blurring the lines between fantasy and reality. The movie delves into how a fictional character can take on a life of its own, influencing real-world actions and emotions. While the film received mixed reviews, it serves as a reminder that in the digital age, urban legends can spread like wildfire. The internet has the power to amplify our deepest fears, turning them into viral sensations that can affect our perceptions and behaviors. Slender Man stands as a chilling reminder that in the age of information, terror can be just a click away. His story is a testament to the power of the internet to create and propagate myths, blurring the lines between fiction and reality in ways that can have profound and sometimes disturbing consequences. Chapter 5. The Vanishing Hitchhiker. One of the most enduring urban legends is the Vanishing Hitchhiker. A driver alone on a deserted road sees a lone figure hitchhiking. The driver pulls over and the hitchhiker gets into the car. A conversation ensues, but the driver turns to find the backseat empty. Later, the driver learns that the hitchhiker died years ago in a tragic accident on that very road. The 1981 film The Hearse draws inspiration from this classic urban legend, amplifying the fear and suspense associated with picking up strangers on deserted roads. The legend of the Chupacabra comes from Latin American folklore, its name a chilling whisper that strikes fear into the hearts of farmers. It describes a creature that preys on livestock, particularly goats. Some describe it as a hairless reptilian creature, while others see it as a more canine-like entity. Regardless of its description, the Chupacabra is always linked to the gruesome deaths of livestock. The 2011 film Chupacabra Dark Seas brings this terrifying creature to life. The film's success lies in its ability to exploit our fear of the unknown, reminding us that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we cannot explain. The Mothman is an eerie legend originating in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Described as a large humanoid figure with glowing red eyes, the Mothman was first sighted in 1966. Multiple reports surfaced describing its eerie glow and unnerving silence. The legend took a darker turn in 1967 when the Silver Bridge collapsed, killing 46 people. Many locals believed that the Mothman was a harbinger of the tragedy. The 2002 film The Mothman Prophecies delves into the mystery and terror surrounding this enigmatic creature. Finally, we have the killer in the back seat. A chilling tale about a woman driving alone at night. As she drives, she notices a car behind her, its headlights reflecting in her rear-view mirror. The car continues to follow her, matching her speed. Suddenly, the car behind her flashes its high beams. Scared, she drives faster, but the car keeps pace. Desperate, she pulls into a well-lit gas station. The other car follows, and the driver tells her he saw someone climb into the back seat of her car. The killer in the backseat legend plays on our fear of being alone and vulnerable, especially in the dark and isolated environments. Urban legends have a way of tapping into our primal fears, bringing them to life in ways we never expect. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more chilling tales.